Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. My name is James, and we're going to talk today a little bit about what I'm speculating for The Mandalorian Chapter 13 tomorrow, which is going to be forever be known as the Ahsoka episode, and what we can kind of expect from it, or what I'm kind of expecting. And I have seen some of the spoilery leaks, so I think I have an idea of what might happen. However, hey, happy Thanksgiving there, eat my bullets. However, we don't know for sure if those leaks are true, and I won't go too far into those. So this is going to be mainly my speculation based on what I thought. Hey, what's up, Black Sonic? I haven't been on Battlefront 2 lately. Yeah, something interesting to do. I gotta go put lasagna in. We're having lasagna for Thanksgiving today. It's gonna be a new tradition for us. So I gotta go turn the oven off here, or on here in about an hour or half hour or so. You are a pest in Battlefront 2. You're fun to play with though. Kick some ass. Uh, but I think this is just the episode we're looking for more than anything. And I think that the biggest thing, uh, the one thing that I do believe is that this episode is going to be longer than the last few of them. I don't think it'll be as long as the series finale or series premiere, but I think it's going to be about 45 minutes. I think that that's legit. And I believe that we're gonna just get a really. This is the part I believe that I've seen in kind of the leaks or other people's speculation that I truly believe, and I think this is going to be an intimate episode. I think we're going to see a lot of Din Djarin and Ahsoka together, and I think that they are going to. I think they're not going to trust each other in the beginning, but at the end, I think that they're going to really come to an understanding. Ahsoka is going to send Din Djarin on the right path to where he needs to go with Baby Yoda. Uh, we don't know that she died in between Mando season 2 and Rise of Skywalker. Dave Filoni actually put something out after Rise of Skywalker came out, and he had a thing with Gandalf and talking to Ahsoka and said, "Hey, they thought I died too," or something like that. See how that turned out. It's it, the way the voices were able to speak to Ray was never truly explained, and I think that she did tap into the world between worlds, which means that she could have been talking to people throughout time and space, and not necessarily everybody as Force Ghost. So we don't know that Ahsoka died before Rise of Skywalker. Um, but let's get to that one though. I think that there's zero chance that they kill her off. Dave Filoni's not going to bring Ahsoka into live action just to have her killed off in this one episode. And if she is going to die, she's going to die in her own series. It's not going to happen, or she's going to die in some grand fashion that's going to be something bigger than an episode of The Mandalorian. So I really highly doubt that they're going to kill her off, especially with Dave Filoni directing this episode. You know what? That's always when in Battlefront 2 when you're. I mean, I've done it too, where I'm getting beat pretty bad, and then it's just like they're just spamming abilities. They can't use a lightsaber. It's kind of the natural. Every game you play, you think that somebody's hacking if you're getting your butt kicked. It's just kind of the natural, uh, the human in us is that somebody's got to be cheating if they're beating me right now. So that doesn't really surprise me. Uh, but the one thing I do want to, as far as this episode is concerned, I do not think that Baby Yoda is going with Ahsoka. I originally, when at the end of last season, I was pretty convinced that Ahsoka was going to be the one that Baby Yoda was going to go to. But as this season has gone on, I just don't think that that's the way that it's going to play out. First of all, I think that if the Ahsoka episode was the last episode of the season, and I think that it's very possible that it would have been that Baby Yoda would have gone with Ahsoka. But with it being in the middle of the season, I just don't think there's any way that Baby Yoda leaves Mando. I don't think he's gonna leave him at all. I think throughout the series, it's gonna be a story of those two. But if Baby Yoda is gonna leave Mando, it's going to be at the end of a season. Yeah, Luke and Maul are two of the fastest characters in Battlefront 2. Which, if anybody out there hasn't played Battlefront 2, definitely a game that you need to pick up. Player base is starting to come back. I think everybody's jumping ship, no pun intended, but they're jumping ship from squadrons right now. So the player base for Battlefront 2 is kind of picking back up, which I it's good news because I think that that means that you're going to have a bunch of or Dice is going to have to look at that and say that squadrons types games are not the future. And if they really want to have a consistent player base in something, it's going to have to be a game like Battlefront 2. It's going to have to be Battlefront 3. Uh, and my last thing that I have on this is how action packed will the episode be. And oh shoot, what Jedi was I didn't even finish that one. So the options of Jedi that Ahsoka could send Mando to, there's the random just Jedi that we haven't met yet. Maybe a Jedi that Ahsoka ran into, some minor character, even in one of the films that we didn't see die that somehow survived. They could go that route, but I think it would be much cooler to actually show or have a Jedi that we've seen before and spent some time with, whether it's in animation or one of the movies or even in the books or whatever. So, options: Quinlan Voss, which would be cool. I want to see Quinlan Voss in live action, and he's just a cool character. After the events of Dark Disciple, he's going to be maybe a little more chill than what he was before, but he's still kind of a rebel. And with no Jedi Order around, assuming that he did survive, which I think it's I think he did. I think he survived Order 66. He probably, I don't know what he would be doing, but he'd probably be in the wilderness someplace, just chilling, living off nature right now. But it'd be kind of cool to see him. Luke, but if Baby Yoda gets together with Luke, then that means that he probably dies by the hand of Kylo Ren in before the events of Force Awakens. So we don't want to see that. And then the other one that nobody really talks or has been talked about kind of in on Reddit quite a bit lately is Mace Windu. And you're thinking, well, Mace Windu died in Revenge of the Sith. We don't know that. We've seen characters jump off of. I mean, we saw Anakin jump off of a tall or off of a speeder bike and land on another one and survive. In fact, he did it on purpose. So, uh, Mace Windu, even though he just got electrocuted, even though he probably was compromised, there's no reason to think that it's impossible that he survived. So, I think that there is actually a chance that Mace Windu would come back in this. I mean, we know that Samuel L. Jackson has said that he wants to play Mace again. Um, I think he'd be down for it. We know that Samuel L. Jackson is going to be working Disney, with Disney Plus for a Nick Fury show. So, wouldn't it be cool if he, he's been in to production and talking to Disney Plus or Disney execs about both, under the guise that all the conversations are about the Nick Fury show, or maybe we find out that there is no Nick Fury show and that was just kind of a fake out to keep everything under wrap when we find out that Ahsoka is sending Din Djarin to Mace Windu. But if that were to happen, it wouldn't be this season. That would mean that we would get sidetracked because I don't think I think that would be too hard for them to keep under wraps that Samuel L. Jackson actually filmed some stuff. So I don't think that that's true. I don't think it would have happened in season two. So it would be season three or later. So that means this quest for the Jedi would go on through the rest of the season. Which that makes me think that if that were the case, that there's going to be something that's going to sidetrack him big time, including the possibility of Baby Yoda being abducted and taken by Moff Gideon and Mando, Bo-Katan, Boba Fett, um, Cobb Vanth, Cara Dune, and Grief Karga all having to get together to rescue Baby Yoda, which I think there's a decent chance will happen, or and maybe even Ahsoka. Even though, if you ever watch John Campea, he seems to have some inside information, and he swears up and down with his reputation. He's got a pretty good reputation that that Ahsoka's only in one episode. So I'm fairly confident in him. So I don't think if there's a big final uh, battle at the end, I don't think it's going to include Ahsoka. But you know, we got to think in those terms that there is going to be a final battle at the end of this season. I am 100% sure of that. But what would cause that to happen? I think that Baby Yoda being taken and Moff Gideon getting his hands on him could be the thing that brings everybody together so that they all fight. And we just get this glorious battle. That Moff Gideon would survive because he's made it pretty clear. Giancarlo Esposito has made it very clear that he's in future seasons. So those are the Jedi that I think that could possibly be the ones that become the next mission. Would be just a random that we don't know or don't know much of. Quinlan Voss, Luke. I don't think so, but I think Mace is a dark horse. I think there's a chance that Mace Windu could end up being alive and be the Jedi that Ahsoka sends him to. But this is the other thing. So you think Ahsoka hates Mace? Uh, yeah, but we don't know 100% sure that Ahsoka dies in between Mando season 2 and Rise of Skywalker. We don't know how what Rey went through actually works. We don't know 100% that those are Force ghosts. Uh, yeah, but we don't know those are Force ghost voices. Those that could have definitely been her at getting access to the world between worlds and getting all these voices helping her throughout time and space. So it's very possible. And Dave Filoni uh, made the meme or the drawing or whatever where he seemed to corroborate with the fact that Ahsoka's not dead at that point. But we don't know. We don't know. We'll see. Um, but why would Ahsoka send Baby Yoda to Mace when Mace is one of the ones that tried to condemn her basically to death? And one of the reasons why Ahsoka left the Jedi Order is because of Mace Windu and his callous ways. Well, Ahsoka also is supposed to represent everything good in the Jedi, which means that she would be very forgiving. So I think that there's a chance that she sends Baby Yoda to Mace Windu. My third thing is how action packed will the episode be? I think we're going to see Dark Troopers versus Ahsoka. I think it's going to be extremely action packed. I don't think there's any doubt that not only did they have to do a fantastic job at making Rosario Dawson look great as Ahsoka, but her stunt double, because I think that I think it's going to be so incredible. There's no chance that Rosario is going to be able to do the stunts in the fighting scenes. It's just not going to be. There's just no way. So that makeup team is going to have quite a job, as they have to get Rosario ready for it, and whoever the stunt double that's going to be doing the fighting scenes. It's man, I'm really looking forward to it because I think that we are going to see some of the best live action lightsaber battle. Um, Maybe one of the best lightsaber battles in live action that we've ever seen in this episode, and I think it's gonna blow people away. And they need to do that because a lot of the casual Star Wars fans who don't quite know Ahsoka need to realize how much of a badass she is. She is, you know, she was trained by Anakin Skywalker. She was not given to Anakin Skywalker because she was some low level recruit. She was one of the best. She had some of the best potential, and that's the reason why Yoda sent her to Anakin. She was able to use two lightsabers, which is not something that most Padawan are going to do, let alone, I mean, definitely most Jedi don't use two lightsabers, let alone a Padawan. So you know she's pretty kick ass. And then she's extremely athletic. So it's, man, I think we're going to see some amazing action in this next episode. You know, the Night Owls versus those Quarren in episode or chapter 3 of this season, the Heiress, was pretty cool. There's some live action, uh, just fighting that I think was some of the best that we've seen in The Mandalorian. But I think that this next chapter, chapter 5, I think is going to blow all of that away, and it's going to be pretty amazing. So I think, you know, get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be pretty amazing. It's going to be an episode that you're going to watch 2 or 3 times. I am going to try to do a quick reaction thing to it tomorrow morning. I My work schedule is going to make it really tough for me to do very many videos right now, but I'm going to get up extra early tomorrow morning and try to do some kind of reaction to it, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Anyways, I've got to go get the oven turned on so I can get the lasagna going for Thanksgiving. No turkey today. New tradition, lasagna on Thanksgiving. Everybody else have a wonderful Thanksgiving. May the force be with you. Peace.